She's the queen of, guess, like gatekeep girl boss.
Is she now?
Trust me, she is.
Welcome all to the Mimic Loaf stream. Tonight we are going to be continuing our Spelljammers, Homebrew Spelljammers campaign. We are currently on session number 38. As always, if you haven't already, please jump onto our Discord, our Instagram, and our YouTube channels. Give us a like, give us a follow. That would be very much appreciated. We are down our bugged friend Charpok today. He's already getting banned in the chat, apparently.
No, he's getting banned.
He's getting banned. Mods banned this pod.
I'm giving up. I'm still giving up already. That's just started.
It's pinned already. It's pinned so everyone can see your shame.
Yeah.
Hey, thank you. It's been deleted.
Anyway, we are down Charpok tonight. He decided...
He tapped me out. Sorry.
He decided he didn't want to have fun with us and do other things instead. You know, the usual.
Lame. Boo.
Lame. But nonetheless, we will continue anyway. I don't believe there are any other announcements. There is an announcement, actually. Next Wednesday, we will be doing a one-shot instead of Baldur's Gate. It is a return to Campaign 2 characters. We will have some familiar faces returning as their previous campaign characters. It is a level 20 one-shot, so it ought to be fun. So
Ought to be.
Yeah, so add that to your calendars because we will be doing that instead of Baldur's Gate. I think that's about it, right?
Maybe a welcome back.
Huh?
Welcome back?
Welcome back yet to who?
Oh. No one.
No one.
I guess without further ado, we will get into it then with the intro. You're on.
All right. So once again, big thank you to our sponsors. First off, we have Stabby Joe & Co. What can I say that hasn't already been said about Stabby Joe & Co? I feel like I go on about them every single week, and every single week I say the same thing, but that's because they're just so good. I have to repeat myself just so you guys know how good they are. Use code MIMIC5 at checkout and you get 5% off your order. We've got a bunch of Stabby Joe X Mimic Loaf merch, as you can see on the screen. I actually own that shirt, and it's very comfortable and it looks so good. I've gotten so many compliments while I've been out in that shirt. More compliments than I've ever gotten in any other shirt I've ever owned ever. So if you want to get more compliments, you should buy that shirt. It'll definitely catch the eye of the public. So, going on from that, we now have our second sponsor, Dubby. I'm not going to say what I usually say because Sam gets angry at me every single time I say it. So, Dubby are makers of supplements. So, they do like energy kind of amino acids and caffeine and stuff like that. So if you head to w.gg and use code MimicLoaf, you get 10% off your order. They also have like tester packs and stuff you can get. So you should definitely check them out. And once again, yeah, MimicLoaf at w.gg at checkout, and you get 10% off your order. So without further ado, let's get into the recap. So the session began with the party making their way into the depths of Shalagoth, taking the passageway that had just opened up under the throne. Descending into the inky depths, the party felt a malevolent presence at the bottom of the passageway. Reaching the bottom of the stairs, the party was confronted with a prison cell holding a single prisoner, as well as the corpse of an ex-prisoner. The prisoner was babbling incoherently about some creature when he laid eyes upon Zill. Seeing his face, the prisoner reacted violently, screaming for him to not come any closer. Casting Detect Thoughts, Zill probed into the prisoner's mind to try and find out what had happened. Zill was presented with a series of memories from the prisoner's mind. The first one was of him touching down in one of the various spaceports in Shalagoth, where he met King Bryce and some of his royal guards. The next memory was of the prisoner being thrown into the cell with his crewmates from aboard his spelljammer. The final memory was of his crewmates being dragged away one by one and the sound of pain screams echoing throughout the halls. Leaving the prisoner for now, the party made their way deeper and deeper into the bowels of Shalagoth, following a bloody trail that snaked through the hallway. Sol summoned his wildfire spirit to scout out the next couple of rooms. The first room it entered had a pile of wrapped bodies in one corner, with a blood-stained bed as the only furniture in the room. Charpok, upon entering the room, immediately went to investigate the bodies. Unwrapping one of the bodies, Charpok discovered that it was the body of a merchant whose symbol he recognized. The bloodstains continued down the hallway, which led to a room with a tentacled mass in the center. Tendrils extended outwards from the mass and covered the walls, and a single mirror stood on the western wall of the room. Zill approached the mirror, inspecting it closely to see if it served any purpose. As he approached, however, the mirror faded away to reveal a hidden room behind it. Entering the room, the party found a table with a body lying on top and a glowing sigil underneath it. The room also contained a desk with various books scattered on top of it. Searching through the books, Zill found one titled The Aylmore Kingdom, and as he was searching the other books, an envelope fell out of one and onto the floor. Picking it up, the envelope was addressed to Zill, or Prince Bryce. The letter was from Zill's father, and it spoke about how the Aylmore bloodline had been plagued by the creature that gave them all their powers. Zill's father began to rebel against the creature and slowly began to lose his powers because of it. The letter also expressed Zill's father's regret that he couldn't teach his son more about their powers and how to use them for good. Tears welling up behind his eyes, Zill pocketed the letter as well as the book it had fallen out of, which was his father's journal. Moving on, the party made their way back out into the hallway and were greeted with two options, north or south. Heading north, the party came into a room with statues lining the walls to the north. John immediately recognized these statues as depicting creatures that roamed the world at the dawn of time. Finding nothing else of note within the room, the party made their way south into a room that was swamped with darkness. The party kept walking, expecting to find a room or some distinguishing feature, but they were only met with darkness. The party walked for a couple of hours before they saw small lights in the distance. Getting closer, the party was confronted with what looked to be a giant petrified creature, with a doorway directly ahead of them leading inside it. Making their way inside, the party saw machines similar to those that they saw in the Twilight Church, and these machines were attached to a large writhing mass of tentacles in the center of the room, as well as a small desk with notes scattered about it. Every now and then, a jolt of electricity would course through the creature, and it would squirm in pain. Another machine in the room was manufacturing small crystals, using the creature as a power source. John picked up one of these crystals, and upon inspecting it closely, recognized it was identical to the one that was implanted in Vi's forehead. Meanwhile, Zill approached the creature in the center of the room and laid his hand upon it. As he did so, he immediately heard the voice that had contacted him ring throughout his head, crying out in pain. The party also inspected the notes that were on the desk, and these notes mentioned research being done into time travel, as well as the possibility of making gates large enough for armies to travel through. As the party was inspecting the room, the sound of slow clapping rang throughout the chamber. Standing in the entrance of the room was King Bryce, confirming that he knew where they were the whole time. King Bryce gloated, stating that he was already many steps ahead of the party and that he would soon be too powerful for them to ever stop. As he finished speaking, inky black tentacles began sprouting from all over his body, lashing out towards the party. The party all scrambled to avoid them, managing to make their way out into the extremely long hallway and began fleeing as King Bryce chased them. Through the clever use of Vortex Warp by Zill, as well as a last-minute Wild Shape by Soul, the party managed to escape from King Bryce. The session ended with the party fleeing the castle and Shalagoth aboard their Spelljammer. End scene. That was a long one.
That you say the clever use of
Hey,
something
hey,
you did.
If someone does something clever, I'm going to call it out. I think it was pretty clever. That's all I can say.
Sure.
I consistently refer to Soul as clever. Thank you very much.
Okay.
So it's not just me getting special treatment.
Okay.
Would you
Cool.
would you rather me write Zill stupidly used Vortex Warp?
That would-
like a
would make me happy.
big dumb stinky idiot used Vortex Warp. Boom.
Okay. Yeah, so silence fills the space around you as you take off into open space. Looking back, you see Shalagoth and its citizens completely unaware of what had just transpired. You see a few small ships leave Shalagoth's in hopes of capturing you, but give up and return after only a little bit. You are now free from the grip of King Bryce for now. What would you guys like to do as you guys are on your Spelljammer?
I don't know. What do we want to do?
Should we check on the health of Haku?
Probably.
Pretty sure Haku is in the same place Dunda is, which is trapped
In the spider web.
in the spider web place. I don't think we're quite ready to go face that just yet.
But what if he
No.
dies before we're ready?
Well,
I mean,
if we all die in the process of trying to save him,
exactly. What's the point?
It was a good fight.
you've come a long way, Ali. I'd hate to see it be wasted there.
I don't know how to take that compliment.
Nuh-uh.
No,
Turns around and walks away. Nuh-uh. No.
No, I'm so shit. Bye.
I think we need to gather our thoughts and make a plan of action as to what we're going to do next. Do we have any leads? Oh, shit. I totally forgot. The thing that detects the keys is installed on our ship. We should probably try going after those keys.
Let's go.
Let's go. Didn't you say it was like a telescope?
Yes.
Yes, so you look into it and it goes.
And it'll react if there's one in that direction.
Okay. I want to like
Within range.
just do a. Whoa, do I know how big the range is?
No, you do not.
It's 30 feet. You're gonna fly right next to the planet and be like, okay, yeah, cool.
Hey, there's one right here.
Okay, I'm gonna.
Wait, is this a
No.
magical item? Does anybody have detect
As-
magic and can tell us?
As the captain, I'm going to delegate. I'm going to say, John, if you would be so kind, could you please put your eye up to this telescope? And I've actually marked, like I've gotten a permanent marker and drawn around that thing in the telescope. So when John puts his eye, he pulls it back. He's got a fucking permanent marker ring on his eye. I'm like, ha ha ha.
You could just wait until he's high. That'll be free.
Freaked him out.
Or make it part of the astral self with glasses. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna have a look at the telescope and then start scanning.
Cool. Let me check. There are 2 pings.
Mm-hmm.
That you can see when twisting your telescope around. There is one almost directly north, and there is also one northwest. Sorry.
Oh, don't tell Sam that.
Do I get is the signal stronger from one to the other?
Yeah, the one directly north is stronger.
it coming from Ganado?
No,
Can we tell? No. Altavale?
no.
There is a close key due north. I suppose that we start heading in that direction. And I will reconvene as we travel.
Okay. I'm just trying to think where it could be. I guess we head north then.
There could be a
Northward.
ship. There could just be a ship.
Yeah, true.
Thanks for pointing which direction it was.
Let's go. Let's go north.
The joke is I don't know which way north, south, east, and west actually is.
And it's
Like,
banned
it's
just
just
on
person.
stream.
Yeah.
It's law in my regular life. If you came up to me and said that, I don't know.
Just draw a compass on this thing just so Sam knows.
Yeah.
I'll compass over my eyeballs and maybe I'll know.
I did put a compass on there at one stage, but then I decided to remove
It
it.
doesn't make it. I know that north, south, east, and west. I don't know which direction that means.
North,
And-
south,
and-
east, and west.
Yes, but okay. The
Remember.
thing was, I don't know where the sun rises from and sets. Okay?
Never eat soggy wheat bix.
Never
Yeah.
eat soggy wheat bix. I know never eat soggy wheat bix. I know how this goes.
Or it's
Okay.
never ever smoke weed.
Never ever smoke weed. Good advice.
Yeah, that's some good advice there.
As of.
Move on.
I was just pointing east, just hoping that she...
East. We're heading east.
no, as of,
Hey,
I'd like
right
it to be noted that he is at the back of the ship watching Shalagoth disappear, leaning on his warhammer, thinking of his now lost love that is
Hey.
left back there. As I left for one session and you guys forgot about her.
I mean,
Forget about her.
we just didn't
We
take
just
a...
chose not to take it.
Yeah, I'll be lonely. It's alright, guys. You can...
The rest of us are lonely.
Yeah, join the club, mate.
Sol's not lonely.
Oh, yeah, we
At
take
least we-
Soul's girlfriend. Okay, it's
Yeah.
rude for Soul's girlfriend.
Technically, Sol's girlfriend shows up where she wants to, so
Yeah.
it was on her to be on the ship, not me to bring her.
Ophelia will, like, as you're, like, leaning up against your hammer, she'll, like, sensing the sadness, she'll, like, kind of come over and, like, nudge you a little bit and try and play with you to take your mind off stuff.
I'll like pick her up and put her on my shoulder and just watch for a little longer.
Cool. Shalagoth begins to disappear in the distance. As you guys are heading north, correct?
Yes,
Cool.
north. Yes.
Um,
Don't listen to Sam. This is why she's not the navigator.
north, right?
Anyway, we're
We're
heading
We're
north.
moving in a direction.
You guys can't help but hear a small rhythmic hum. It seems to be coming somewhere from your ship.
Matthew McConaughey. Like,
Yeah.
Oh, don't,
ooh.
we all understood what was happening just then.
No. It was expanding on the joke. Thank you very much. I was elaborating.
Explaining the joke.
Yeah. well,
Um,
how else do people find it funny?
Why
Don't
you guys
explain
like
it.
so much?
Clockwork is
okay.
bad today.
Yeah. Seeing as
What about-
how I'm on this in the spell jamming helm,
Yep.
would I be able to pinpoint where this rhythmic humming is coming from?
It seems to be following John around.
Say, John, you have something behind you, or something with you, some form of rhythmic humming.
I'm
just
gonna
cut it
pull
out.
out.
He's like, hold on, guys, I'm getting a page.
tell him to knock it off.
I'm getting a
Drew,
fax.
let your fax noise come in.
I'm gonna hold the eggs up to my ear, like just in my pocket. I'm just gonna hold them up to my ear and just go.
Cool. Reaching into your pocket, you feel the eggs. They aren't the source of the hum. As you kind of like rummaging around trying to grab them, you feel the source of the hum. It is Vi's crystal. It is slightly vibrating and humming.
You have to speak up. I'm wearing a towel.
Coach, I think we should meet on the deck. Vi's crystal is doing something.
What is it doing? Describe it.
I believe you heard it before I did, Zill.
Oh, it was okay. I always thought it was one of your godly antics. You know.
I'm gonna take it out and then put it just in the middle of the deck so everyone can see.
Yeah, sweet. As you do, the crystal becomes louder and louder until finally it flashes with a bright violet light. The flash causes you all to like squint. It's almost painful. The light. The flash reveals a figure now standing on the ship's deck. It takes only a few seconds for you to recognize this figure. It's Vi.
Is,
Why?
is,
Doth mine eyes deceive me?
Hail!
Hell.
is that you, Vi?
It's a bit more graceful that time, wasn't it? Okay. Hi. Nice of you all to come looking for me. I'm back. What have I missed?
You seem different.
Yes, this is what I'm normally like. Yes. I'll explain that, I suppose I should.
Right.
Well,
Oh, the
Yeah,
dragon's still alive. Lovely.
you have missed. Hell.
Hail.
You have missed quite a bit. There's a lot has happened since you've been gone.
It's your big god.
Okay, let's see. What's the year?
Oh, it's the same year. It hasn't been like.
I think it's been a few days. Sol, could you clarify?
It's been 50 years. Everyone you know and love is dead. We're actually ghosts.
Everyone I know and love is already dead.
The group has
Oh,
only
okay.
been together for 21 days.
Okay.
And how long was it?
When was I zapped out? Does anyone know an exact date?
I could go through my notes, but I'm gonna guess about a week ago.
that about
a
it?
week ago.
Nath?
We
Yeah,
were on
roughly that.
Shalagoth for 5 days, so yeah, a
Ooh,
week's
okay.
Oh
guess.
yeah.
Oh, only a week out. That's still better than floating in space. Okay. Okay.
How
You
long?
say lots happened. All right. Describe to me what the king looked like last time you saw him.
Large.
Zol just points at the tentacles in Azoth's gauntlet thing.
Oh,
Like that.
Okay. Okay. Only a week. Okay. All right. Might have to
Yes.
do something.
There was this creature under the castle, and it seemed to bind with him.
Right. Is that monstrosity thing that's got to do with the family line still? No.
He's not
And
there.
we'll be right back to that one.
I'll ask you
Sitcom ad
later.
come up.
We'll be right back. Technical difficulties. It's like Jackson pulling a plug and getting
Where's Jordy in the
electrocuted.
technical difficulty song? Okay. Let me
He's
just
back.
redo that. Okay. Was he combining with that like monstrosity thing, that family monstery thing, the bloodline, Zill?
Sorry. Could you repeat that?
Did
What
he
happened?
look like part of the like monstery power things that you guys had
Is this
last time you saw it?
King
Yeah.
Bryce? Yes.
King Bryce
yes.
looked really yuck when we left him.
Mm,
I mean, he always looked yuck. No offense. Zill.
thank you.
Um,
But I mean, well, I'm not him,
You
so.
saw that
no,
on-
I know. I think it's more of a personality thing coming across.
Shoot.
Okay. All right. What else do we need to orientate ourselves? Oh, the gem. I'm just gonna put that up. Try to shove it back in my forehead.
It stinks. You gotta lick it first, and then
It's like a suction cup.
Yeah.
You have to get like you kind of like put a little bit of water on it. It goes
The magnet, but the wrong way around, so just like pew.
Questions.
makes a
Okay.
little fart noise when you stick it on the forehead. Like,
Don't mind me. I'm still a little bit dizzy from the trance. Okay. Does anyone look different from when I last saw them a week ago?
Yes.
Yes. I think quite a lot of them do.
yeah, Zill's
Okay.
missing an arm.
So I
Oh.
think
I'm joking. He's not.
Oh.
I'm just being an idiot.
I've been trying to roleplay this properly and not listen so that I am
So
actually
I
genuinely
believe
competent.
you were there for Azot's Gauntlet, right?
Yes.
Yep, cool. You were there for Soul's Wings.
Yes.
Yep. Charpok's Spine.
No.
No. So
No.
Charpok
Oh,
has
no,
this
it was
large
just before
metallic
that.
spine running down the back of his, running down his back. The dragon looks older and more plump. Not talking about Azoth, but
They both.
No,
They're both
like-
looking older and more plump.
plump as in like I'm talking like
We fattened her up.
yeah,
get it.
like she's growing. Yeah,
Like when like
Chunky.
toddlers
Like-
get a belly and then they shoot up and then
yeah, exactly. The ship looks different. It's now got a couple of extra cannons, and the hull has been painted.
Ooh. Also, whoever painted that, quite pretty. nice. Oh,
I
John.
think that's it.
John. Yes.
We now have running water. We have a water source on the ship.
Oh, thank God. Oh, thank God.
And the lizard?
Yeah,
Oh, and a lizard,
Soul
yeah.
has a girlfriend.
The lizard is not visible at the moment, but
I do find it quite funny that Venos insisted on having
Hmm.
a barrel of water on the ship, and once he had vanished, we now have water supply.
Well,
Oh,
maybe if
they
he
vanished. That was my next question.
maybe if
they
he
vanished.
chipped in towards the ship, then we would have had running water soon. But
Right. Okay. All right. Well, obviously, I'm going to be about a week behind on everything. So you may have to catch me up on things if I act dumb. Okay. Any questions for me? 'Cause I'll
What
get the Reverend
direction do you
together.
think north is?
North? I look at the stars and point north.
I look at Soul to confirm it's correct.
it is
Yeah,
correct.
point the same direction.
It's good. But these two have been fighting about it for hours. At this point.
Congrats.
Soul
Okay,
instead of like
look at the stars.
Soul instead of looking at the stars just goes. It's like a magnet. Just goes. He points north.
If you push him, he goes back.
Yeah.
Okay. Any
I-
other questions?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Shoot.
Just like everything. You,
Right.
you're different. Where you
Thank you.
been? How you doing?
Good. It's good to see you.
You too.
Different. Okay. I suppose. Well, I got my memory back. So that's good.
Is your name still Vi?
You can call me Vi if it's more comfortable. My proper name is Elemriel. But Vi is fine. Well, where do I start? So I unexpectedly left. I think you guys picked up on that. Wasn't planned. But basically, I figured out and got transported back to like my study essentially. So I've kind of figured out that it took me a bit, reversed a bit of the brain damage, which is why I was constantly sounding like a child, making rash decisions all the time. You know that. That was fun. Might dabble in it from time to time.
I wouldn't mind dabbling in some brain damage either.
Oh no, not the brain damage. The kind of reverie that came with a bit of chaos. Usually I'm quite orderly. Yeah. So where was I? Got transported back to my lab. Managed to figure out. I was there for quite some time, so it's been like maybe a year for me. I'm gonna say. Time's a bit all over the place when you're hopping to and fro.
Time is a weird soup.
Time is a weird soup. Basically, I found a lot of my old diaries, pieced things together, went through some like meditation therapy, all this sort of stuff. Anyway, figured it out. What had happened was I'm a long-term nemesis of the now King Bryce. And I've been kind of leading trying to lead. He keeps killing off everybody. A sort of little uprising against his tyranny. And I don't want to go into it, but he killed family and whatnot, and I decided I need to put a stop to him. So originally, I studied time, I study space. That's my bread and butter. And I thought, well, how can I use my knowledge? So I thought, well, I could bend and twist time and see if I can drop back and kill him before it all happens. But I lost my memory, so that didn't help. Started to gain it in flashes before I left, which is good in a way. And thankfully didn't kill Zil over here, because he's clearly not Bryce. Yes.
Fuck me then.
Yeah.
Just go fuck
You're not
myself,
a
it's alright,
threat,
don't worry
hon,
about
you're
it.
good. Yeah, so...
Oh, I disagree with that.
No, I mean in like the
Crashes the
moral-
ship into the
Just
sun.
Yeah, not
My threat
necessarily
to
that
myself
kind
and
of
those around me. That's what I
magical,
am.
crazy, old, going to take over the world sort of vibe. Just you hold your own sort of, yeah.
Just to clarify
Yeah.
something, that gem on your head,
Yeah,
is it still there? Is it like just fucked up?
definitely.
Would you say that's the catalyst for time travel?
For me, I've kind of used it as like a beacon. So the first time I rocked up and I met you guys, I was obviously, you know what I was like. I kind of ended up in the middle of nowhere, adrift in space. Experiment was very rushed. Bryce was attacking at the time. I tried to lead away. Didn't find much of my hideout, thank God. But yeah, there was a lot of dead people when I got back. Yes, I used it as like a translocator. That's how I found you guys. I was kind of hoping that one of you might have picked up the gem, and I used that to. So thank you for holding on to that. Whoever held on to that. Yes,
Okay.
I've kind of put a
Dare
little
it,
bit of
John.
my magical essence into it so that I can link to it, which is
Definitely not going to make a potion out of it.
I definitely wasn't gonna save it to crush it up and snort later.
That is one thing you did miss. John is kind of
Big time drug deal.
become drug dealer at this stage.
He's a
Based
kingpin.
out of our
Kingpin, yeah.
playhouse on Shalagoth.
oh,
not
you mean
really.
Celestian?
Yeah, Celestian does drugs.
Yes,
He's a cool
right.
god. Just
Believe
like
it or not,
regular gods.
That's nice to have that confirmed. I had my suspicions before we left. Don't know how we all didn't figure it out. We kind of carried that totem around his neck all the time. Anyway,
Really proud of myself right now. I
I'm
picked
proud
the
of you.
DM.
I'm so disappointed.
okay. Yeah. So that explains how I got back. Explains why I don't sound like a child. Explains my history with Bryce and why he.
So, are you
recognizing-
connected to this timeline? Are you from a different?
Well, it's funny you ask. How do I put this? People have been messing with time. It's not just linear. I am from a different region and I've come back a little bit, yes. So I probably exist somewhere. Probably shouldn't run into myself. That would be awkward. But also, I don't know what Bryce has been doing, but he's back. He shouldn't be back here. My goal was to stop it before it started, but he's here. So I think there's some funny things happening with time. I
Would
can't-
this mean that you would have a rough glimpse into our future a year from now?
Well, I mean, technically, yeah. But up until like not too long ago, I kind of was, well, kind of kept to myself really. So I haven't really met you guys in the future. I kind of stayed in my study. You know. Yeah. So-
You would happen to know anything about this webbed domain that's consuming planets?
webbed domain that's consuming planets.
And people, it's
No.
cocooning them.
Oh, and that's not related to the Bright situation.
Maybe.
Not directly, but
Oh shit, there's another.
Bryce seems interested in getting rid, supposedly, of this web entity. He deems it a threat.
And what are your vibes on this web entity? Can we enemy of my enemy or not?
It's a fucking hellscape. As John would say.
It's a hellscape.
There you go.
Oh, okay. Hellscape. Hmm. So not workable at all.
No.
No.
Okay.
I'm a stupid
Hmm.
Pac-Man.
I'm a stupid Pac-Man, idiot.
Hmm. What's with his spine?
Hey, you didn't go asking about people's spines like that. Jeez.
Oh, I'm whispering it. He's an
His-
old man. He can't hear me. It's anyway. It's
What?
His exoskeleton has an exoskeleton.
okay.
When he takes a hit, it will charge with energy, and he can choose to release this energy in a dramatic shockwave.
Oh, of course it's dramatic. Charpok, isn't it? Okay. Oh, calling himself Archibald last time. Is he still Archibald?
Maybe. Oh, he was another guy for a second. He was Cletus for a second.
Oh, thank God I missed that.
Yeah, honestly.
That
And
sounds
then
like a pain.
we got him back.
Oh, thank God.
Yes. I didn't really like Cletus. Gotta
No.
say.
No. Okay. Webbed entity. Not off the top of my head. It might link into some stuff, but I'd have to kind of see it. But can't chime jump a lot. Only every now and then. I had my last kind of magic jump had an end date, which I wasn't aware of. I've tried to make it so I don't have to do it this time. So I should be here to stay, hopefully. We'll soon figure that out. Okay. All right. So Bryce is still Bryce, but he's got the tentacles now. Okay. And there's a web entity that is as bad as Bryce. I didn't think anything could be as bad as Bryce.
Oh,
Different kind
No.
of bad, I think.
yeah.
Like planets consuming?
Yeah.
Oh,
Mm,
not another.
like soul consuming.
Yeah, but that's what Bryce is. Soul consuming, planet
Mhm.
destroying. And now you're saying there's two things? Oh, for fuck's
John?
What are you gonna do?
I'm gonna activate the Twilight Cloak.
Yep.
And I still see web strands connected to everyone.
You can make a perception check, but they're not super noticeable.
Well, that's a 1.
Yeah,
First roll of the day.
you
Or
do
night,
not.
whatever.
Okay.
Drink the potion.
Web.
Maybe then you'll see them.
So
Hey, spoilers. I haven't checked it yet.
Drink the potion. Drink the potion.
you guys, what's your current heading and what's your current plan?
Are you right, Nathan? What's happening?
My Google was like, "You're not set up again."
Well, we're currently heading north to find one of the keys to Grimm's vault.
Right. How many keys have we acquired?
One.
Have you acquired? One. So it's still just the one.
Yes,
We need like 9?
yes.
Oh wait, you're going after the keys, not the vault. Apology.
Yes. Yeah,
Well,
we're going to find the keys now.
Going to find keys. Okay. Alright. Do we know where this key is located, or are we just heading in?
Well, we have this tracker that was made and installed on our ship, so we kind of have a heading, not necessarily a specific location, but we have a
A heading.
we can
Okay.
basically track where it is.
Is that webbed entity you spoke of? Is that related to the vault in any shape, way, or form?
Not as far as we know. Could
'Cause
be.
Before I left, I vaguely remember Bug Boy over there, like zoning out and on mushrooms and stuff, and seeing like webs. So
Well, yeah, that happened a couple times while you were gone. But as far as I know, it's not directly related to
web.
the vault. But I think whatever is located in that vault could be extremely helpful to us to defeat both King Bryce and this webbed entity.
Fuck. Okay. Cool. And you currently don't feel any evil tendencies to take over the world?
I mean,
Personally?
not more than usual.
Just the usual amount.
Not
I feel
evil
like
tendencies, but
Still super tidy, clean freak?
me.
Yeah.
Was I ever?
Yes.
I guess no.
Okay. So you haven't felt any urges or anything? Anything out of the ordinary?
Any urges at all?
I've felt urges, but
Oh
not
god,
to-
not those type of urges.
not the way you were like
Okay.
the way you were like
Has a new boyfriend now.
the way you're like
Does?
no urges.
No urges?
Prince still has a boyfriend.
No,
No.
Harley has a boyfriend.
I do.
Oh, okay.
He doesn't go to the school though, you don't know him.
You won't know.
Oh, well, I'm very happy for you.
I am very sad for me because he is gone and I do not know
Yeah,
where I'm
she's like,
thinking
I've got this
again.
boyfriend, but I don't know when I'm going to see him again ever.
I
and
believe
he kind of just
Also-
this
disappeared off the face of the planet.
conversation is getting out of hand. Could we make headway, please?
We are. The ship is going. Is it not?
It's going north.
Which way is it going?
It's definitely
Going.
going north.
Cool.
See? I told you.
While this is happening, I'm going to quickly check the binocs again. Forgetting that I put permanent marker on them, so I'm going to come away and I'm going to have rings on my eyes.
Yeah, definitely heading in the right direction.
Okay, cool.
I'm gonna go over to John and just be like, just letting you know, you have something in your eye. There. Yeah, like a
I'm gonna
big
pull out
ring.
one of my vials and like check my reflection in the bottle and see like
When did you tell them? Or did they find out?
there was a church dedicated to Celestia as a front.
Yes.
There was a statue of me.
Oh, like
It was
in your current form.
Yes.
Okay.
It was recognizable.
Right.
I believe the people that took me down would have used it as a martyr of sorts.
Okay. Cool. So, are you a god or you're not a god? I never figured that bit out.
I am to God.
Former god.
That would do.
Do you prefer Celestian or prefer John?
I am not Celestian anymore, so
John.
John is fine.
Why John? That was the other thing I always wondered. Why John?
Why not?
He's got a point.
Yeah, why not Pete?
It's actually
Gary, like
quite an uncommon name.
Yeah, especially in the D&D world.
The D- yeah.
John is quite an
Very
uncommon name.
Complicated names everywhere. I thought simple yet inconspicuous was the way to go.
That's
Well,
it. Next NPCs, his name's gonna be John.
you-
John
you very much-
Johnsonson.
John Johnson.
You very much picked.
If I have to change characters, it's going to be Robert Robertson.
You very much
Right.
picked a bit of a motley crew if you wanted to go unrecognized. I mean, there's a
Hide in plain sight.
yes.
It is.
I suppose they were just looking at the rope,
Yes,
or the fact
or
there's a king but not king.
I mean, he's hiding as much as I am, but we have an insectoid man that is
Yes,
rather uncommon
true.
himself.
And I am
a-
purple too. That's uncommon.
Rather sizable.
Mm.
And
Oh, and a dragon.
can be
A 6-foot-tall robot with giant bat wings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I believe
We're really going for like stealth and
Inconspicuous.
yeah.
I am one of the least inconspicuous people here.
Yeah, but you're oddly pale and you've got no facial hair.
And sometimes he just likes to take off his cloak.
Ew. He
That
takes
was
off his
one
cloak.
time.
Oh.
That is new. That's new.
Ew.
Actually, when I'm looking at my reflection,
Yeah.
have I aged since I've lost my powers?
So previously to this, yes, but you seem to have de-aged since last time you checked your reflection.
From after I got the
Correct.
cool.
But you are looking particularly youthful. Anyway, you've still got a smudge right there.
Just gonna pull the cloak up, but just
Pulls a cloak up, flashing everyone in the process. It's not like you.
That is
It's not like you pull it up from here. It's like you just
Again.
you grab the bottom of your cloak. You
full
like,
Scott.
I thought we talked
Yes.
about this last time.
I'm gonna leave now and gonna check on the sad dragon boy in the corner to make sure.
Okay.
Hey,
Oi.
you sad?
Yeah, a little.
You okay?
Yeah, I also found someone and we left her behind.
Oh. By
It's
choice?
weird. I lost a bunch of memory. Apparently, I don't really remember having a say in the matter. But
Oh.
we're out
oh,
here
that's
now.
so funny.
I mean, that brings something we've got in common, right? Memory. Maybe I can disappear for a bit and come back and remember why I left her behind.
Helps when you find your diary and keep extensive notes.
I carve
Perhaps-
a lot into like armor, so this is my diary. I'm like pressing everything that I've got.
Perhaps
Like-
it was to do with the fact that we were going to die. And we ran, and she was not there. And you didn't tell her to like wait on the ship or anything.
I didn't think we were going to go fight a giant tentacle version of our friend. To be fair,
Oh,
No one
Definitely.
said
I'm your
that.
friend.
don't you ever fucking repeat that again? I don't care if you're the captain.
As of
Oh, that was really
I-
sweet.
In that chamber with those ancient beast statues, there were runes scattered everywhere. I know your memory might be a bit foggy, but is there anything you could tell us about those?
Yeah, I remember walking around with my arms in like a T position, looking at all the runes. And DM, do I remember anything?
Make a history check.
Yeah, the
Remember
Thing up
T-posing
best,
a bunch.
natural 19, 20.
Yeah, you do. You do. They're very different to the runes that you carve. Your runes are, I believe, draconic runes, if I remember correctly. These are more akin to some of the runes that you see in what's he's called? Zill's spells. They're more of like a arcane nature than a draconic nature.
That.
That.
Not something that I'd recognize. Not quite as powerful as mine, but something Zeal would use in his spells.
Sol, could I get you to? You would remember what a lot of these would look like, I assume. Could you perhaps scribe some of them down when we arrive at the next town, so we could maybe do some background on them?
Yes, if someone has access to paper and ink, I can do it now.
I start carving it into the hull, whatever I remember. Just
Oh, I should have scraps.
I have paint, if that will suffice.
I'll have some leftover paper. Not much.
That'll do.
Cool.
Not-
Just finger painting, but exact replicas of what he's seen.
Also, I'm not using magical paper. Just FYI. Just
No, it's
proper
it's
paper.
it's like a printer. Instead of like finger painting normally, he's like, but like prints it perfectly. Each symbol is now at your disposal.
Since we've met a hiatus, I am gonna go do my usual sus John stuff and just find a quiet place.
You say that to the
Right.
party. Well, since we've had to hit a hiatus, I'm gonna go do my
well,
sus John things.
If this
In the corner.
if
Hmm.
this has ended, I'm gonna do some alchemy work.
Due for some John time.
Yes.
Special John time.
Oh
Yeah,
god, not the long John time, right?
well.
I'm gonna just head off somewhere, set up my alchemy station. And I'm gonna bring the cat with me because I always forget about it, but I have a cat that follows me around.
Oh, there's a cat.
I forgot about the cat too.
Yes.
A mechanical
I
cat.
forgot about the other cat.
Yeah.
Look at the cat.
Summon
One
Brian
is-
next time
The baby.
Yes. Yeah.
Wait, the
Jackson's got the cat.
baby.
Yeah, that's the cat. That one.
Yeah, that's the cat.
Meow.
Ophelia almost looks jealous of the cat. And all the
okay, we
attention
will
that it's
start-
getting.
It's
We'll start
can
going,
hold-
who's the baby?
it can hold
Where's the baby?
some poison, so I'm going to experiment with something that would cause some damage.
To the cat?
No, the cat can use to cause damage to something, someone.
Oh,
Like a cat deliverer of certain substances.
Yes.
that'd be cool.
That vaguely reminds me of some show.
Which reminds me, there is a mushroom planet in the solar system somewhere. I believe I could make an interesting time should we visit that planet.
I would also like to visit that planet.
Well, as the captain of this ship, I say we'll
No.
visit that planet.
I say no.
I say go fuck yourself. That's what I say.
Sometimes.
Is it in our current heading?
It's a little bit
kind of,
off,
yes.
Okay.
We can stop on the way, all right, but only for 5 minutes,
Well, has someone
and
got
then
a
we're
map?
getting back in the car.
Turn the ship around.
Yeah, that's it. Back to Winnipeg. That's it. Back to Shalagoth.
Well,
Turning this ship around.
maybe business first, and then see
Yeah.
how we go.
Well, I was going to say, has anyone got a map? Can we at least
I have a
predict
map,
where
don't
we
I?
might end up based on this black-eyed
Mm.
binocular scope thingy?
It's from my estimations, it's not on a planet. Somewhere to the north, but it wasn't on a planet.
Nathan, can I make
Correct.
Some sort
I was correct. It's
Yeah.
not on a planet.
Well, it's north. You can't see what it's on from the telescope. You just know it's in that direction.
is the direction changing at all as we travel, or not really?
No, it's
It's just
single
still
heading.
But north.
Yeah.
Okay.
It seems stationary, like it's not like it's we're like chasing as it steadily turns.
No,
One
but I'm saying
direction
if we're
or
going
another.
north, like, is it just going to take us like displacement wise, or is it taking us distance wise? You know?
Well, that's what I mean. I'm wondering, is it in like a rotation? Like, are we chasing something that's in an orbit, or
It doesn't
is it
seem
just-
so.
Seems like it's in a fixed location. Like by what we can gather, it seems like it's in a fixed location.
Yeah, or it's
Would
just
I-
far enough away that the displacement is very minuscule.
Would I be able to make have a look at the map and make a rough estimation about the potential things that might cross over?
Yeah, you can do I guess an intelligence check.
Oh.
Straight out intelligence.
Okay, let me get my stats up. It's been a while.
Been a while.
Been a while. Oh, what dice do I use?
Stop copying me.
Oh yeah. That'll
Um,
be a 24.
So it doesn't line up with any of the tracks that the planets normally orbit. No.
Okay, and there's no asteroid fields or.
Well, that's the thing about like Neonspace is the asteroid fields are quite they move around a lot. They're only stationary on the map that I've got in front of you because I was like, it looks empty if I don't put something else in that gap. It's an artist's rendition.
No, that's
Yeah.
superstition.
taking some artistic liberties with it.
Yeah, liberties.
Liberto.
Depending on the heading, what would be the closest planets?
Well, I mean, you pass quite a few. So
Okay.
you're passing Terra Machina currently.
Yeah.
You pass by Ganado. You pass by Obelisk C32. Luga Seco's quite a ways off, but you pass it as well. And you'll probably go past that Aldervale as well, depending on how far this thing is.
Yes. Context is. Whoa! I'm drawing. Context is that I am trying to figure out should we need to make a escape, that what is our closest option? Yes.
Yeah, so the closest, it's very hard to know because you don't know exactly where you're heading.
Yeah.
But those planets I listed, depending on where this thing is, one of those would be your destination. Aldervale's on the out, like it's probably the furthest away from the system. So if you leave the system and want to return back to the system, Aldervale would be the first stop.
Okay. I'll have a question after Zil. Mine's not.
Does this Spelljammer, would I know if it has some form of like faster engine? Can I kind of speed this up a little bit?
It will reach its maximum speed, and it'll take 2 days to
basically
kind of
get to where we're going.
Yeah, to kind of get to where you're headed. The fact that the thing's been mounted to the Spelljammer knows where it's going, and it's heading in that.
So can I just like put it on autopilot and be like,
yeah,
full steam ahead towards this location?
Yeah.
Sick. Cool. I'm gonna do that, and I'm gonna go to sleep. I'm gonna go have a rest, a little nap.
Cool.
My question is pure nap question, really. Is there a reason that Aldervale is the only one with an elliptical orbit?
It's not.
Oh, it's got. Oh, 2 planets share the same orbit. Sorry. Do I know anything about those 2 planets and how they're linked?
Well, I mean, they're not overly linked, other than sharing the same orbital.
Same orbit.
Yeah, the same orbit. That's about it. They're both vegetation-rich planets. One, Aldervale, is covered in like large mushrooms and fungus, whereas Eris X is lush grasslands from end to end. Both are known to have like they have no known colonies or civilizations that live on it.
Okay.
Cool.
Before everyone goes down to rest, I was just going to say to Azoth, I was going to say, look, I'm sorry, I personally don't have the skills to be able to, but have you thought about trying to get one of the other gifted in the arcane folks to try to send a message?
Eco.
So, what are the chances of the second there's RP, the whole fucking thing freaked? Hello.
Hi. Did you hear my question, or do you want me to read?
No, I heard. I'm going to speak to Azoth, and then it cut out for me.
Okay. So I basically said that I'm not capable of it myself, but have you thought about asking one of the other party members who might be capable of sending a message to your love to let them know?
I have not. Not yet.
It's up to
Azol just goes down to Zil and he's like,
Send her a message.
It's just
send her a message now.
Why do you have ink on your eyes?
I just hate to see you sad.
It's good to have you back, man.
It's good to be back. In one piece. All of me. Quite nice. So I
Say
do
one
wish I
piece.
had my stuff.
Must be
Gotta work
nice, and
on
I'll raise my gloved hands that is now just tendrils.
Yeah, how's that going?
Ugh, tendrils.
Feel pretty cool so
I mean, it
far.
looks cool.
You
Just...
should have seen the one that Zill almost got, and you would have loved it.
Oh, God. We prevented that from happening, right? We
It
cannot
depends.
have him turning into Bryce. Anything.
I think we could probably convince him something's still there if we tried really hard.
That'd be fun. That would. It is good to see you.
Good to see you. And I'll start showing Vi all the tricks that we've taught our little one.
Sit, lie down, eat, bite, fire.
I got a list.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think there's a
actually.
list.
Did we do roll? I feel like we did roll.
Yeah, I have
Roll.
a feeling you've done hot roll.
I don't think we
Stay.
did bite, but
There
if
are
you're
sure you've
saying
done
we did, I'm
stay.
adding it.
marks.
I'm
There
adding
are
bite.
scorch marks literally everywhere on the ship.
Everywhere it's a training ground.
Is she,
Life is a training ground.
well, that's quite accurate. Is, still acid and fire?
Yeah, she's a bit of a weird mix, but hey, who are we to judge?
No, wouldn't change it for the world. Ah,
Hey, watch
I-
this, and I'm gonna try to like roar at her and see if she rolls back.
She does, but it's like very like lion cub esque.
Oh, you're so scary. Yeah.
Like ah.
I'm gonna look at her and just gently put my hand out. I don't know, like a dog, so that she could sniff me to see if she recognizes me or if she's like, rah.
She looks at Azoth.
I'll nod.
She bites your hand.
Ow, that tickled.
She's a little. She's still learning. Watch this. Sit.
She
Spin.
sits and then spins.
Oh, fantastic.
Just don't say fire too loud around her.
She shoots a
Right.
ball of fire into the air.
Oh, oh no.
You've got to spell it out. Fire.
Noted. Noted.
Next thing to teach her is to spell, read, and count.
Well, lucky your breath is ice.
It's a nice contrast, I think.
Yeah. And I imagine that is how most of these have been put.
No, I just leave them. But someone.
Oh,
takes
is that why we installed fresh water finally?
Maybe.
Hmm.
Maybe. I don't want to leave it all to John to clean up.
Yeah. He's kind of like the party dad.
Someone's got to be. Shakes his head on meth.
Oh my god.
Oh, for getting rid of the spiders is fucking accurate now.
John?
Once everyone's finished all of their stuff, I'm gonna do some John stuff.
Some
Johnny
special
boy.
John stuff.
Special J. He's gonna do some
Cool.
special J.
What do you want to do?
So I'm gonna pull out all of my like kind of herb stuff and all that, my collection of eyeballs that I've got from the tournament.
Yep.
Specifically, it is a Minotaur eye, Frost Giant eye, Cyclops eye, Cosmic Horror eye, and Bronze Dragon eyes.
Yep.
I think that's all of them. I have a small vial of Charpox spit. I have a syringe of yellow liquid, a silver strand potion. I don't know what the silver strand potion is. I don't remember. I haven't read anything.
Isn't that that's the one that you take to see?
No, that's the Charpox potion. And I'm going to
okay.
pull out what I assume is the virtually empty Charpox potion.
It is full.
I'm just going to put that just aside out of the way for the moment and kind of just contemplate that for a second.
And then cook some
I'm
meth.
going to have like a look around. I'm going to take one of the eggs and I'm going to throw it into deep space.
Okay. Cool. You lob this egg into deep space. Once
Gonna
it
wait
hits
for
the
minutes.
gravity plane, it begins to just float aimlessly away from you.
21 gun salute fired off the. We fire the cannons in respect.
I'm just gonna watch it for a little while, like
It-
5 minutes or something.
Continues to
And
go
I'm
until
gonna
it's
put my
out of
hand
your
back in
sight.
my pocket. Yeah, once it's out of my sight, I put my hand back in my pocket and see if there's just one or two.
There's just one.
I want to pull the other one out and flick it out as well.
Cool. And the same happens. It flows out into space.
Big sigh of relief for a second. I'm gonna just leave the potion for now.
Cool.
But I'm gonna try and mix something. I some shitloads of paint. I am going to mix the eyes of the Minotaur and the Frost Giant and add like a cup of paint into it as well.
Okay.
Christmas
You're like-
baubles.
You're like a kid who's just
I
like
know.
making mud pies in the backyard. It's
Mud
like,
potions.
Yeah, I'm gonna mix two of the eyes in.
What color paint?
Now I'm gonna add
brown paint.
Violet.
the violet color's gonna kick in, so I'm gonna look for like a purplish paint that I used to paint Vi's sigils down the bottom
Yeah, cool.
and add that into it a little bit.
Yeah, sweet.
Um,
You create this, it's very like thick, viscous, almost like gloopy kind of liquid. It's exactly what you would imagine like chunky paint would be. Yeah, exactly what it is.
add like a bit of
Yuck.
water and stuff to thin it out, so it's a bit more.
It thins out a little bit, but it is still like a sludge.
I'm just gonna like dab my finger in it. Just does anything
You would.
You
wouldn't
really are
you?
like a kid.
wait,
You really
I'm-
are like a
happen? There's
kid.
something else coming, and it's even worse. Anyway, yeah, I'm gonna like take my finger and it just like does it have any effects? Or is it just,
Nothing happens, but you're not sure whether that's because you haven't downed the whole thing, or whether that's yeah.
That's the way it is, baby.
That's the way it is. That's
Interesting.
showbiz, baby.
I'm gonna like bring the cat over, and then where
Cat.
it's like the vial to fill its claws up. I'm just gonna dip
Dump
the
it all
vial
in there.
into there,
Yep,
and just
sweet.
just as the experiment. And I'm gonna just command it to like scratch a post just to make sure that it's still liquid enough for it to leak out of its pores.
It does, yeah.
Okay, no effect on the boat whatsoever. Not the boat, the space jam.
No.
The next thing.
You wake up in the morning and it's a single plank. Everyone's laying on a single plank. The rest of the ship is disintegrated around. We're floating in a bathtub just through space.
So the next thing is, okay, this is a while back, so I'll have to pick your brain what this one is. I still have the yellow syringe, the syringe full of yellow liquid from the dungeon at Ali's hometown.
Yeah.
I am just going to prick my finger with it.
I remember what it does, if that helps.
No, we don't, because I never got the name of this one.
Isn't this the one that boosts your stat?
No, I use that.
Okay.
Actually, I'm going to try that.
Yeah, so it doesn't, because you haven't injected the whole thing, you won't get any kind of
Okay.
yeah.
I'm going to activate the Astral mask and then send out Vi. Could you come to the back of the ship for a moment?
John hears a whisper in his head. John, inject it. It's super meth. It'll be great. You'll have fun.
I'm going to whisper into Zill's head. Spiders, spiders, spiders.
Nightmare.
I toddle over because I'm only in transit.
Seeing you again, I totally forgot that you were the only person in the party that could do this. You could cast Identify, correct?
I can surely do that, yes.
Could you identify this syringe for me? And then while you're at it, I've made a concoction.
Yes.
And I've injected it into the mechanical cat. Could you perhaps see?
If you can do that, that's fascinating.
Yes.
What's with the spectator eye?
Spectator eye.
Yeah.
Oh, the eye. That's a cosmic horror eye, actually.
Oh, sorry. They
Yes.
look a bit similar.
It's like dinner plate size eye.
Right. Okay.
It's just like wrapped up in cloth and shit.
Are you gonna preserve it, or are you just letting it rot a
If
little
it
bit?
goes off, it might make a more potent toxin. So
It depends what you're trying to extract from it, really.
death.
Okay.
Preferably.
Right.
Essence of death.
If you want essence of death, then yes, let it rot away. Okay. If not, try putting it in a jar, a little bit of brine. That might help. Okay.
We have
I will.
Yum.
Pickles.
Pickle
Pickled eye.
I'll ritual cast identify on the syringe first.
Awesome.
Before I do, does it look used or rusty in any way, shape, or form?
No.
Okay. I'll do that first.
Cool. Well, while you are doing that, we are going to go to break. So bear with us a little bit. Get up, stretch your legs, do a little dance, make a little love, get down tonight. And we will be back una momento. Welcome back, guys, to Adventures in the Astral Sea. We're going to continue where we left off. The party is just going down for a long rest. Unless anybody has anything else they want to do before you go to
No,
bed.
no one has anything else they want to do before we go down for a long rest.
happy time.
Cool.
Do I find out?
I'd like to
Come on,
stare at the
Squirrel.
sun, please, intensely.
Cool.
I would like to go blind.
The identify.
Yeah, so the identify goes off before you guys go to sleep. It is a yellowy ooze kind of liquid that it doesn't seem to have a name, but you do gain the knowledge that it would zap somebody of magical power.
Oh. I relay this. I wouldn't waste that vial on yourself. It drains an individual of all their magical essence.
Temporarily, I
May.
should say.
Well, which may come in handy if we need to neutralize a target. And the other eyeball soup that he made with... well, he just painted and mushed up some eyeballs, but that one, does that...
Look, I don't think
It's worth it?
well, no, I don't think because the identify spell it's supposed to be magical.
Yeah.
And I don't think concoctions are considered magical. So what you
No.
get from it is a potion, and it does have an effect of some description. But you don't
Okay.
get the effect.
All right. Well, you've made a potion on this one. I don't know what it does, but it does something. It's not
Well,
magical.
I assume it can't be good. So
Yes.
that will do.
I would not recommend consumption unless
Yes.
you figured out what it is.
I definitely did not test this on myself.
Definitely did not.
Just because you were once a
Side check.
god does not mean you still have godly constitution.
I definitely did not inject this concoction directly
In
into my
My
testicles.
spare time as a god, I did. I mean, they were on it.
You made mud
Oh.
pies.
Yes, but out of asteroids.
Right.
Space mud
Simplify
pies.
thing. I drained the energy out of magical meteors. That was my hobby.
Well, that actually is
What?
interesting. This is... Sorry. Interesting is a poor choice of words on my part. Magical energy out of an asteroid is one thing. Mushing together some stuff with paint, of all things. You need I'm not saying it's useless. Like, obviously, everything
What are
can
you
have...
doing?
Like, you might magically come across an ointment that cures warts or something like that. But if you want anything to have a decent magical essence, you will need something innately magical itself. Now, eyeballs are one thing, but where were the eyeballs from?
Actually, not long before you returned, I think it was 2 days ago, we fought in a tournament, and every creature we fought, I kept an eye for experimentation.
Okay. Well, I don't know. I'm obviously not. I'm learned, but I don't special in alchemy. But I would potentially suggest, if you are looking for tips for improvement, that is, study the individual items themselves. See if there's anything innately magical or unique about that animal or monstrosity or humanoid or whatever. Extract that, because sometimes you could dilute the effects of a potion.
In this particular instance, for some grand magic effect, I wanted something that would hurt something else. That is it. Whether it's just chemical or basic poison would be suffice for them.
Well, you could potentially give something cholera with this.
I mean, that's kind of the idea.
Yes.
Hey, I mean, you put something into someone's bloodstream, they're gonna fucking die.
But the thing is,
Chunky, right?
you might. Well, next time we stop somewhere decent, we'll see if we can go to an alchemy shop and get some solutions, dissolve stuff in. Apothecary, that's the word I was looking for. Because I think a lot of your ingredients are great, but we need to level them up. Either add them to a Healy Boy, as I like to, or a basic poison so that you can extract out.
Healing potions are generally quite basic to make. With the right herbs, I could make.
Well, never mind.
Sometimes, as I've gathered from this group, crazy shit can work.
Yes. I'm living proof.
I
Yeah.
think I will retire for the afternoon.
I will go trance, but think of what I said. Think about extracting key elements. You have an eye that can see things a particular way. Figure out what about that eye makes it have that ability and extract it straight out. I feel like it would make your potions more potent.
I'll take that into consideration.
Just an idea.
Well, when I pack my stuff up, I'm just going to leave my other keys and sit down. But, charcoal potion, I am idiot. Just blue arrow. Yeah, that charcoal potion specifically, I'm just going to pack away just in case.
Cool.
It scares the shit out of me. So,
Scares the shit out of a lot of people.
Uh,
Cool. So you all go down for a long rest. You can all mark that off. But in the meantime, while this is happening, I need Ali to make a wisdom saving throw.
Yeah.
yeah.
Let me get my dice out.
Well, you don't have your dice out? What is
They're out.
this
They're in their medicine
madness?
container. Okay, they're in their homes.
Well, you're too good for your home. You want to go to your home?
P.S. The yellow liquid vial was from session 22.
20.
So, you know, so John can do his drug thing.
Ugh.
Session 22.
be retconned anyway.
22.
So, just to clarify, it dampens magical abilities, is what we gathered from it.
Yours.
See, I don't have anything in my...
Well, I do,
my
which
list
means
of
you said it.
things for a yellow liquid.
You are
I have a
very
yellow
paranoid
diamond.
right now, Ethan.
It was from the chest in the crab room in the caves. Specifically.
Is that the one where the shield that I almost yeeted in the water? It's full of paint.
Yeah, I got nothing for a yellow liquid.
Doesn't matter. It's
Well, it's canon now. You told me and I wrote it down, so
Yeah,
now
it's
it
canon
exists.
Anyway,
Yeah.
wisdom save.
Wisdom save.
It was a nat 20, which is
Cool. Nothing happens throughout the night.
Night's sleep. We didn't organize our sleeping arrangements.
Everyone can mark off a long rest, and you guys wake up in the morning. The what?
Sleeping arrangements are the same as they've always been.
No, because are we still fighting?
Were we fighting? Oh.
I
No,
think
we never resolved. We never had that conversation we meant to have. We never finished that conversation.
Maybe you
gonna have
guys
to finish that
should have that
conversation
conversation.
Not
Should
right
we?
now.
Are we gonna have this conversation right now?
Right now? I feel like
I mean-
wait, like
You can wait.
This sounds like a proper argument.
does.
Do you want to have this conversation right now?
We can.
this
we can
is
have.
so calm for Jackson and I don't know what you're talking
Yeah,
about.
literally. We can have this conversation. We're stuck on this ship for 2 days because that's how long it's going to
Exactly.
take to get to this place. So we can have this conversation tomorrow. But
Yeah.
I'm marking off a long rest. I'm
Cool.
going to bed. Good night.
Sweet. You all wake up in the morning. Are you all sleeping in the same room, or?
Yes.
This is what I'm
Yeah.
talking about.
I would have
sleeping
slept
arrangements.
outside where the alchemy station is.
Okay, cool.
Oh,
Perception
yeah,
check,
right.
please, John.
Deception.
Yeah,
Perception.
Perception or deception?
perception.
Okay.
Deception for sleeping under the stars.
You gotta pretend like you're not sleeping.
11.
11. Cool.
Honk shoe, honk shoe.
Sweet. You guys wake up. Nothing out of the ordinary. Any conversations you'd like to have, or are we going straight into the day's travel?
Just
We're having this conversation.
just out of paranoia, I'm just gonna check my pocket and see if the eggs have returned.
There are 2 egg sacs currently in your pocket.
Can I
Hooray.
identify those
Eggs.
You don't know they're there.
Oh.
It still
wonder.
goes,
No, it's
nice,
more a question.
breakfast.
Is that
Grabs
something
the
I
eggs
could
and
do for
cracks them on.
Is that something that I could do, like in future? Or not?
I'm not gonna ask you.
Sorry,
so
make gaming. Stop.
Cool. Any conversations you guys want to have, or are we going straight into it?
We'll just go straight into
Straight
we can
into
have
it.
this
I
conversation
need a D8 from somebody, please.
date.
A date. I wish.
Here you go.
Doing it.
I rolled an 8.
An 8.
Samesies.
Congrats.
Cool.
Sol and I high five.
So, traveling in your current heading, you see a field of what can only be described as a field of wild magic encroach upon you like a fog. It surrounds your ship almost instantly in all directions. It sparks and rocks the ship from side to side like an earthquake, threatening to tear the ship in two. The ship is like creaking, getting thrown left, right, center. What do you guys want to do?
John, collect some of the magic stuff.
I am way ahead of you and just try and catch some fog. Hopefully, I don't miss.
Like a fart in a jar.
Oh. Can't believe you did that.
Oh, fuck. I
believe you
can't
done
believe you've
this.
done this.
Blame the man. His vision was clouded.
Stop it, guys.
The one dad here is coming out with the big ones.
I'm going to, assuming I'm not already on the Spelljammer helm, I'm going to take the helm and kind of like try and pilot us through this using my crack piloting skills.
Yeah, cool.
I'm gonna try to figure out what's the source.
So I'll get a perception check from you, Vi. As you run to the Spelljammer helm, what's your armor class?
Me,
Yep.
10.
Cool. So you, as you run, it almost seems like something senses the kinetic energy in your movements, and you take 5 points of thunder damage as an arc of lightning just like jabs out and zaps the side of you, pushing you forward a
Was
little
it
bit.
5?
5 points, yeah.
Fucking hell. Alright.
15.
Well,
It doesn't seem to be a source. These fields are quite common. It's just like a build-up of magical energy. But you cannot predict a source, so to speak, yeah. John?
Because I didn't see him get zapped, I'm gonna try and climb up to the crow's nest or something similar to what we have, the high point.
Cool. Energy arcs towards you as you begin your climb, zapping the mast. The ship. I hope somebody's taking ownership of the ship's HP.
What's the
person
ship's HP?
that drives it.
It's
Okay.
in the stats.
Go.
The ship takes 9 points of bludgeoning as a lightning part just like zaps through and crackles into
The moment
into the
I
ship.
see that, I'm just gonna pause, and then just get a perception. Can I see anything in the fog? Can I see anything like any movement, or can I see maybe a lighter area where we could perhaps point this to get out?
Yeah, cool. Make a perception check for me.
Did I
And
actually-
in the meantime, I'm going to activate the astral mask and boom my voice out to say, be careful of your movements. This thing will shock if you move too quickly.
Did I actually make it to the helm?
Yeah, so you're making it to
Okay.
the helm now, currently sitting down.
23.
23. So peering out into this thing, you activate your astral self and take 14 points of bludgeoning damage as this lightning zaps out, almost connecting with the magical energy that it takes to cast your astral self. It connects and just like pumps you down onto the ship's deck. Recovering yourself, you manage to say that to the group. You see, looking around, you see a small gap in this cloud that you could probably fly through, depending on how good of a pilot you are, I guess.
How good of a pilot? Is that even a fucking question?
So-
All right.
With the spelljammer, can he see into my mind to see what I see?
No.
No. I'm going to try and give him the best description. Zill, if you take the ship up and point it up to the
Don't use
right,
cardinal
about-
directions. I don't know my cardinal directions.
About 20 degrees, you should aim towards a clearing.
All right. I follow. I sit down in the chair, in the spelljammer helm, and I'm like Ryan Gosling in Drive. I'm like one hand on the wheel, like driving through this thing, like the best drive you've ever seen.
Okay. So because you are relying on voiced directions, I need you to roll a d20 at disadvantage.
No skill.
I don't believe it would be attached to any skill that you have.
Well, would you say that I'm proficient with this?
Yeah,
Vehicle?
I would give you proficiency bonus. So you could add your
Okay.
proficiency bonus. But at
Alright.
disadvantage.
So it's 13.
13. Cool. So using your knowledge of this spelljammer, and kind of like mixing it with a bit of your own intuition, you shoot for this thing and manage to just barely make it through.
What did I tell you?
The ship and some of your party, however, do suffer some damage.
They can take it.
So the ship takes
Mm-hmm.
25 points of bludgeoning.
Okay, let me just do the math on that one real quick.
And I need 3 people to roll me a D100.
Okay, give me a second. I'll be right back.
We'll go on.
Another one, I guess.
So we've got Azoth John, who's my third
19.
soul. Cool.
40.
Cool. Sweet. So Sol, as the ship goes through this thing, a small part of this fog-like cloud rushes into you. From yourself, you see this thunder wave just explode straight out of you, almost as if somebody cast thunder wave centered on your location. It doesn't hurt you, however, it does hurt some people around you. Where is the thunder wave spell? I should have been more prepared. Does anyone have
Funnily
the thunder
enough, I
wave
have it
spell?
up.
Cool. What is it, my guy?
Any creature within 15 feet make a Constitution saving throw.
Cool. So I'll get. Who would have been close enough to Sol? Do you reckon?
Where would Sol be? Like on the deck?
Just like middle deck, maybe
would've-
towards the back, if anything.
I probably would have fallen near.
Yeah. Cool. Yep. So we'll go John, and cool. What's the damage?
It depends on what level it's being cast at.
It is casting at 2nd level.
I believe it's 3d8.
Cool.
Yeah.
So if you want to roll damage,
Oh.
what's her name? Kothor fails as she's within 15 feet of you.
17.
17. You see Kothor's body hit the deck, and she's currently unconscious.
Jesus.
What did you roll, John, for your save?
22 for a nat 20.
Is it half damage?
Yeah,
Really?
half if you succeed.
Yeah, cool. So you take half of that damage, which I think was
What was it
16?
17.
17.
So 8.
Cool.
Jeez.
Sweet.
I immediately cure wounds her.
Yeah, awesome. She comes back up, but she looks very confused as to why you would cast a spell on her. Azoth, what was your number?
40.
40. Okay. Immediately, this wave of healing energy dissipates from your body. If I could get you to roll a d6.
And add your spell casting modifier.
I ain't got none of that. That's a 2.
Cool. You can choose 2 people to cast Mass Cure Wounds on
Isn't everyone
Jesus.
at
fine?
its lowest level. Everybody except...
John and I think.
I'll
And
go.
my girlfriend.
I'm jealous about the girlfriend thing. I'll go for John and
Cool.
Real pals, man.
So,
She just brought it up,
3d8.
she's fine.
3d8.
3d8. Please.
At least roll a 5, please, and I'll be back to full health.
3, 5, and 8.
Yay.
Cool.
Hey, that's both of them up to full health.
And John, what was your number?
45.
Cool. Roll me a d4.
Both all got 16 HP back, by the way.
Cool.
Cool.
How much?
4.
4. Cool. Pick 4 people.
They fucking die.
People that are near me, I guess. So it would have been like Azoth, Sol, Kothor, and Vi, I suppose. Ali's probably too hard to find because she's rogue shit.
Cool. I'll get those people to do wisdom saves for me.
Poor Kothor. Just getting targeted. Yeah, damn.
I've got that.
18.
Cool. That's
24.
a save. Save.
14.
Fail. And I'll do one for Kothor. Fail. So as you guys make it out of this field, the thunder wave goes off, and then that healing energy rips and thunder, like it almost crashes together and creates these sparks. From John, another kind of like wave of energy sparks off. You notice that both Vi and Kothor have been sent 120 feet in opposite directions off the ship and are currently floating in Neonspace.
How far? Sorry, did you say?
120
Shit.
feet. And they
Okay,
are
I'm-
losing breath.
Not yet. They are not.
Well, it's being taken from them.
What do you mean?
Continue with what you're saying.
Well,
They're not taking
have a-
damage yet,
yeah. Okay, good. I was gonna say.
but I'm saying they are
Um,
losing breath.
I'll cast a vortex warp on myself.
Cool.
You can't cast it on yourself.
Yeah, because you don't have air.
No.
I'm going to cast
Sorry.
Tidal Wave on Kothor, coming towards the ship.
Tidal wave.
Yep. 120
far
foot
did you-
range.
How far did you say it was? 120 feet from the ship.
Yeah, 120 feet from the ship.
I will cast at 3rd level Vortex Warp on fire to warp it back to the ship.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so luckily through the help of what you've done, you managed to push Kothor back to the ship. Kothor does need to make a dex save though.
He does, yes.
What's your spell mod?
+4.
No, like your spell attack. What's your
DC.
spell save, sorry? It's a big
Oh,
14.
for Tidal Wave, it's 16.
16. She fails. You want to roll 4d8 for me?
Yeah.
Oh, fucking go for Jesus.
Only 10, luckily.
Only 10. Cool.
That's a pretty shit roll, but that's okay.
She's hurt, but
Yeah.
the tidal wave kind of picks her up and slams her onto the deck.
Yeah.
She coughs up a little bit of water.
Soul's gonna be in the
And-
doghouse tonight.
Yeah,
and-
I'm immediately running over to her.
And she backs away from you.
Kothor, I am so sorry. That is the only way I could save you.
She then turns invisible and disappears.
Yeah, of course.
Vi, you reaching out, you get hit by the vortex warp. Is there a damage associated to vortex warp?
No, it's just a teleport.
Cool.
It's just a teleport.
Sweet. And you are vortex warped back onto the ship, and the ship begins to fly away from this large cloud of wild
Magic fart.
Yeah, magic
John.
fart.
John,
Yes.
question for you.
And
These
so-
like wild magic surges in space. Was this from your asteroid mining?
am I winging this? Right?
It sometimes can happen when you do it.
There are hundreds of reasons why wild magic can emanate in areas. There is a lot of energy that a collapsing star.
I am aware. I was just
I-
asking you specifically if your little hobby could have created something like this.
The harvesting of stars can leave residue, although I do my best to contain them, or at least to move them to positions where they would
Can I
cause the
insight
least
check you?
amount of damage.
You definitely can. And John, you can make a deception or persuasion, whichever one it is. Don't tell us which one, and we'll match the
Right,
results.
John, you can tell me.
Got 12.
What did you roll, John?
11.
11. Okay, cool. So you know it could have been him, but it is definitely something that happens when he mines, when he does his hobby, so to speak.
I was just more like, was he trying to dodge the question?
I mean,
yeah. My take was twisting the truth.
Yes.
I'm not wrong, but if it's a big meteor, it's a big.
You politician answered.
Correct.
That's right. Thank you.
Cool. As you guys speed away from this cloud, does anybody want to do anything else?
I believe Ali and Zil were about to have an important conversation.
I was literally about to be like, this is the perfect time to have this conversation. Nah, I'm gonna kind of like stay at the helm for a little bit to kind of make sure we don't run into any more mishaps or like kind of like pilot us away from the cloud. And then when I think it's safe, I'm gonna kind of get us back onto our path, and then I'm gonna. What's the conversation even about? I can't even remember.
Oh yeah, sure you can't.
Okay,
remember.
well fine. I'll walk up to Ali and be like, we have to have a conversation about something apparently. So I've been told.
I'll have the conversation if this is how it's gonna be.
Actually, no, genuinely asking because it was about Azoth.
We had this all set
Yes.
and figured out.
I forgot because it's been 2 weeks. It was about Azoth and
I don't know how we were gonna start it though.
yeah. Okay, no,
We'll
okay.
get-
So Zil. Okay, yeah, we'll figure it out, and then we'll get back to it.
Here, let us just chat quickly, privately.
Or you could just chat on stream.
We
No,
planned this when we were
then it's
drinking.
bloat. Then it's bloat, and it's like we're just like chatting about nothing. But
Yeah.
we will get to it eventually.
Yes, pointing out on stream that this is a planned argument is.
This is a planned
It's just like it's like a planned argument that's already happened that we are now doing for the campaign because we've already had this conversation.
In person,
It was good, yeah,
but it was so good that we had to bring it here.
yeah.
Okay.
Does anyone else want to do anything while we have this conversation?
Sol's just gonna like wander the ship aimlessly, yelling apologies to Kothor.
Make me a persuasion check. With disadvantage.
I'll give you disadvantage.
Do you want it to be
Yeah,
double
he's
disadvantage?
Not very persuasive anyway, so I don't think you have anything to worry about. So that's a 5 with a -1 for a 4.
Okay, cool. There's just silence.
Okay, he retreats to his quarters and just goes into sentry mode.
Cool. Anybody else want to do anything while
We maybe figured this out.
you figured it out? Okay. Go.
You were like,
So
so
I actually go and toss both of just go somewhere quiet and then toss both the eggs back out so I know they're not on me during the day.
Okay, cool.
so
I'll make
Zilla's-
that, by the way.
Zilla's going to approach Ali wherever she is on the wherever she is on the ship.
That's too funny.
And he's gonna walk up to her and be like, so Azoth's taking this whole Kesh thing pretty harshly. I kind of feel bad for the guy.
Well, of course he is. They got along very well. I am also feeling pretty sad.
What are you sad about?
They all I kind of had like maybe a little bit of a thing going on. It was nice.
With who?
Castiel.
Oh. Yeah. Oh. Still. Yeah,
What
well.
do you mean by Castiel?
Well, look. I don't want to step across. I don't want to cross any boundaries, or, I don't want to step across any lines here. But I don't know.
Cross the lines. Step across them. What? What?
Step across the line.
Step across the line.
Step,
Do it.
Step
Step it.
over. Well, I mean, look, like, I don't know. You have a type.
A type.
Yeah.
What's my type?
Well, people that she'll never be able to be with.
Oh.
Oh shit.
And what is that supposed to mean?
I mean,
So I never be with Castiel, I had a crush on you, I never get to be with you?
well, I never said anything about that, but I was just saying that, you know, you found King Bryce attractive.
Yeah, but I didn't, like, pursue him.
I mean, did you really pursue Castiel? Did you
I
really
tried
pursue?
really hard.
Did you
I
really?
don't-
Did
I
you
don't
really
know how
pursue
this
me?
works. I've never done this before. I've never
I mean-
flirted with anybody. I don't know what I'm meant to do.
I mean, yes. Well, I know what you're saying because I'm kind of in the same boat. I don't really, you know, I haven't really done it like a lot either.
Neither has Azoth, but he got cash.
Yeah, I can't believe Azoth got someone before either of us. Maybe
As
we
of
could change
your
that.
ears begin to burn.
I mean, maybe we could
I mean-
change that. Like
Yeah, maybe we could change that or something. I don't know.
you and me change that?
I mean,
Like-
I really hope this is not how it actually goes down with you, Jackson. Oh, like, I don't know.
Remember when you were so confident in this? You're like, yeah, let's change that.
Oh, why couldn't
yeah,
I
but
not
that was
come back
different.
a
That's
week
because I was.
later?
That's because I had a bit to drink. But Zill is dead sober, so this is how Zill is doing it. Zill's like, I
You
mean,
saying
yeah.
that you need to have a drink to fake flirt with me?
No. This is how Zill would be doing it because Zill's extremely awkward. Ollie's like, no, I don't want to do it anymore. Fuck you.
But that's kind of close quarters on the ship, and
I mean,
I wouldn't even know what to do.
it's fine. Don't worry about it. We don't know. That's all right. Don't worry. We don't have to do it. It's all good.
Oh. Okay. I kind of wanted to.
I mean, so did I, but
God.
We should have drunk before this. We should.
yeah, we should have. But definitely should have gotten drunk before this.
This is going great.
I should just do some push-ups. It worked for me.
Where did you come from?
Ah, Azoth. Just the person I wanted to see. Look, I think for now, let's just kind of leave it there. We can discuss about it. We can have a chat about it a little bit later. I think.
Okay, before we end this, you're actually interested in me?
Yeah, obviously.
It's not obviously though.
Oh well, I thought I was making it pretty obvious, but
No.
oh well. Yes.
You were really
yes,
mean
I
to me
am.
not that long ago.
Well, you were also pretty mean to me, to be fair.
I called you Your Royal Highness.
Yes. And I don't know how many times you want me to go over this, but I don't like being called that.
I was doing it one time in joking.
Well, I didn't find it very funny, so
Is this why you're trying to ruin all my chances of everyone that has been interested in me?
hey, I did nothing of the when did I ever do that?
I'm sure you did.
Oh. Well, you have your answer. And the answer is yes.
Maybe next time there's private rooms we can get. We can bunk together.
Azoth is still standing there like...
Azot's like... So like all three of us? Yeah, cool.
Well, Azoth, you were there. We heard you.
Yeah. I think everyone heard you. I think everyone in Shalagoth heard you.
So
But this doesn't have to be this awkward for everyone. We're not too ashamed of it.
not ashamed. I'm just confused about everything.
I don't know how I ended up here.
It's all instinctual for Azoth.
Let's do some push-ups. Stop thinking so hard, and then I'll walk away.
I'm gonna follow him.
Oh, okay.
You feel as you're walking away, as Ali, you feel a tug, on your arm. You hear Kothor's voice, and she says, "Love brings pain."
I'm gonna go invisible. Actually, I'm gonna try and find her hand, and go invisible as well. Let's find somewhere to sit and chat.
Okay.
I think that he was not trying to hurt you at all, and actually trying to save you from dying out there, because I think he's like pretty into you.
Trying, not trying. What difference?
The difference that you're alive right now? Look, you know that my loyalties are always going to lie more towards you than him, because I've known you a lot longer and you've been like my family, but also he's a really pretty good robot dude. He's also learned how to keep secrets, and one time he said a joke, and I also know he's pretty interested in you. Like, he was pretty concerned when we couldn't find you.
It hurts.
But he can make it feel better.
Maybe.
What hurts? Like your heart?
She just kind of like nods. I guess you wouldn't see her because she's
invisible.
Yeah.
The
She
vibes is yes.
She goes.
The vibes is nod.
See the dust in the room go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't really know, because I've never been in a relationship before. But also, I don't think you have either.
I would just like to say before this
Kothor
conversation
been
happened,
in
Zill.
many relationships.
Just like to say before this conversation started, Zill made his way to the Spelljammer helm, so he's like,
Listening.
he's like,
Creep.
She continues and says, relationship usually end with Kothor eating, mate.
Yeah, see, that's what I mean. Like, that's not really like
Soul's like,
relation.
"Good
You
luck."
had relations, not a relationship.
2 thumbs up from Soul.
But I don't think that you want to eat soul.
I do not.
And that's like kind of the biggest thing ever for you. I don't think you should throw it away just because his only way to make you come back safely to the air bubble was kind of hurt you a little bit.
Wizard did not sustain damage.
But that's because the other guy, whose name shall not be spoken right now.
Zill's making that exact face as he's sitting on this, like he's listening to this conversation, like.
It's like back in the day when you had the connected phones and someone's in the
Someone's
background
listening
doing
in,
this.
Yeah, you just hear this. You just hear this breathing.
He got to her first, but Sol was acting as fast as he could to get to you. He just wanted to make sure you're still okay. Because he cares so much. I've only ever seen him act this fast towards Azoth. And they're like best friends for like 50 years.
So I must eat Azoth?
No, Azoth is not your competition. Also, Azoth is the father of my child, so you cannot.
Okay. I guess.
Just think that you should take a breath, look at the stars a little, and then consider forgiving Soul for saving you, I guess.
I will think on it.
We can stay here and sit together for a little while if you want. I'm kind of hiding right now. I had a really awkward interaction just before, and I don't want anyone to look at me. I don't want to be perceived.
There's no response.
But do I still feel her presence there?
She's invisible, so.
Yeah, but I can feel presence of the person I was holding hands with.
Oh no, she dropped hands when you started talking about forgiving him.
Kothor is still there. Kothor?
He's a trustworthy handful of pocket sand.
Oh, I really wanted to cuddle up to someone.
I am here.
Oh, thank goodness. Can we just sit quietly together for a little while?
Okay.
Just tell me when you're leaving. Or my invisibility will wear off eventually. How about we stay together until then?
She would be nodding, but you wouldn't see that. But you
I
feel
know her enough.
you feel a hand like pushed up against your face as she's reaching
got
out
me.
trying to find you.
Yes, me right there.
Cool. You now know where each other are because you're holding hands.
Amazing.
Cool. The day continues. Anybody else want to do anything?
Question for the
No.
DM.
Yes.
Have I seen the all nothing? Have I seen it? Have I actually seen it, or do I just hear its voice when I go to the
You just hear its voice.
just its domain?
Yeah. But
Okay.
speaking of which, make a perception check for me.
Don't say speaking of which. 21.
Cool. As you're just kind of like looking out on the ship's deck, you feel something in your pocket. As you reach
See my hand
in, it is a furry 8-legged creature. As you like instinctively pull your hand out, a spider just like crawls out of your pocket and continues to go down your leg. And then if you put your hand back in your pocket, you realize the 2 spider eggs are still there.
I beg your pardon. Both of them are still there.
Both of them are still there.
I'm gonna crush the spider
Cool. It splatters onto the deck.
and just kick
Not
its
on my
corpse.
deck.
Kick its
Yeah,
corpse.
right on your deck.
You'll be swabbing it later.
And then just kick its corpse overboard.
Cool. It flops
I just-
overboard and then continues to float in
I'm
space.
just gonna use my robe to clean it up. Mostly, so that there's just a bit of a black.
It
stain
takes off the
around.
whole robe. Just-
I'm just gonna
Nah,
like,
but
use
you
my
got
foot
you have
to
to get the mop with the detergent. That's gonna stain if you leave that on there.
just oil for the deck. Nah.
Ew.
I'm gonna go over to where my alchemy station is and take a small sip of the potion.
of the potion.
The potion.
Okay.
It's
Cool.
gonna be the bane of my entire campaign. This fucking thing.
As you like kind of take that sip, nothing seems to happen until you blink your eyes and you are transported to that realm of shadow and web. The like egg sacs pressed up against parts of the ship. You see strands that wrap around certain objects in the distance that weren't there originally, creating like this long web of continuous, like a labyrinth of web almost.
Again, gonna try and activate the astral self while I'm there.
Yep.
Nothing happens.
Nothing happens.
Okay. I believe we are past these long distance communications. Show me who you are.
You'll see soon enough.
How close are you?
Closer than you think. Like I said, I am everywhere. I am nowhere. I am everything and nothing.
Is it your mouth? Do you want me?
You know what I want from you. I want your friends.
So, to get to the need me.
Not necessarily. That was just the bargain we struck.
Yes. A bargain which you could not hold up your end.
I gave you your friend back.
And yet, your material is no longer of use. I'm gonna pull the eggs out, drop them in front of her, and then stamp on them.
Cool. As you stamp on them, they are like rock hard objects, and they do not splatter under your foot.
Then I'm just gonna pick them up and then toss them, knowing that where I was sitting, because I think this is all in my mind. Knowing that where I was sitting, tossing them forward would be off the ship. So I'm just gonna, in the upside down, whatever place.
Yep.
I'm just gonna toss them forwards.
Yep. Cool. You toss them forwards, and you hear the voice like penetrate your brain again, and he goes, "Are you trying to anger me?" Can't hear you.
Need me.
That's what you think.
It will certainly make your job easier.
The
if it's
price has doubled.
Well, I hope you get hit soon. King Bryce has other plans for you.
I'm closer than you think. You blink and then you go back to the ship. Hand in your pocket. You feel 4 egg sacs.
Or
That went poorly. No friends for me.
I hate this game.
Well, you're right about one thing. The negotiations were short.
Love it. Love it.
I'm gonna get up and then have a look at the ship.
Yep.
Like I'm gonna do, like have a
You
look
do-
around.
Make a
Old man
perception
looking-
check.
oh, not even old man. Dad's looking at their lawns, but at the ship.
Yeah, with the hands behind their back.
No, that's only 6.
Is there something in particular looking for, or is it just your ship? It's just the
Just
ship.
that mass. Just the mass. I like along the horizon. She says she's really close. I'm looking at the mass.
Cool. You don't see anything, no.
After I look at the horizon, I'm gonna do like a once over of the ship, just because I noticed the spider. She can just apparate things onto my body.
You don't see any spiders or any kind of insects, other than Charpock, who's currently sitting there, like looking at you, just eating.
Charpock. Damn it, Reese, aren't you here? Could I borrow you for a minute?
Jackson.
Mate, you could.
What was that?
No!
That was the worst Charpock I've ever heard.
I wasn't trying to do
What?
a good chopper.
What do you want?
Don't take this the wrong way.
I will. Don't worry.
Could you look over my body? Is there something not right? And I'm going to take my clothes off and then just kind of stand there and
Jesus Christ! You're like an old leather handbag.
let him still once over my body to make sure there's nothing.
You seem
attached
to have
me.
a weird appendage down south.
Why is your tail on the front of your body?
I think Reese actually said that last time John was
Oh, really?
You really embodied
Hey,
him.
great minds think alike. Yeah, so Charpock will do a once over. Do you want me to roll?
Yeah, just
Anything?
roll a d20. That's fine.
Well, do you want to actually roll?
Yeah,
using...
sure. Perception for using Charpog's
Yeah, but I gotta-
perception.
I gotta get Charpog's character sheet up. Give me a sec. Give me a seckie.
Why do you ask that way?
Was it perception?
Yeah.
Okay. Plus
Or
10.
investigation. Up to you.
It would be perception. Plus
You
10.
choose.
17.
Cool. Nothing seems out of the miss.
Okay. Out of the miss.
Out of the miss.
Nothing is out of the miss.
Safe. The next thing I want, I need Breeze here, I think.
You're all good, but I think you should probably get a couple of these moles checked out.
I could eat them if you'd like.
No,
You can take them off your hands for free.
I
They
think
look
I
quite
would make
tasty.
an ointment of some sort. I'm going to activate, do one more loop and just go and check on everyone. And I'm going to activate the Twilight Cloak. Are there strands on everyone still?
Yes. Yes.
You're
You can make a
sure.
perception check. No, I was saying yes, as in going, yes, okay, you're doing the cloak thing.
Perception.
Yeah.
Let's double check some.
Do you just?
I think it's only 11.
11.
It's 11
You
or 12.
like going around trying to look for these strands, you don't see any, no, attached to any friends.
Okay. There's no other webs or something inside the ship.
Doesn't seem to be, no.
Fuck it. Zil, could we have a meeting on deck?
Or Zill's like kind of dreading seeing a certain someone, but he calls everyone to the deck.
I have to come clean about something.
It's okay, we know about your drug habits.
I'm gonna pull that syringe out and just point it at him. No, I'm not.
Right in the eyeball.
I have betrayed the party.
You're working with
Ow.
right.
I'm gonna just
Tonight
like,
will be the night that one of you
would
betray
I-
me. Looking at
I
you,
have
Judas.
Zill's standing there with 30 pieces of silver, like.
I'm just could I get space? I would rather not. Everyone not to get near these things.
What
I'm gonna-
things?
Pull out the egg sacs and put them in the middle.
And what are they?
Eggs.
Somewhat, yes. These have been cursed upon me, in hope that I will bestow them upon one of you, so that your soul may be taken.
I'm assuming this has something to do with the webbed entity.
Yes.
And so why do you have these?
Whilst Charpok was missing, it disclosed that it had information that I
Right.
was interested in,
Right.
and the price it had specifically was for the souls contained within Arlie.
Right. So
Me.
why did you trust it?
Why did you do that?
Yeah. Hey, you don't do that.
Hey, you don't do that.
You don't say that.
Well, this is the betrayal. I'm gonna pull my my amulet out, gemstone in it, and say, this was what it was offering. If I can reclaim all of these items, all of the stones, I could perhaps take down King Bryce and stop this entity. I would have friends that could assist me.
Why didn't you let us? Why didn't you let the party know? We could have helped you.
Old habits. I spent my life in solitude as Celestial. It has only been 3 weeks. I was not 100% sure this was the right thing
So-
to bring to the group.
Right. So you struck a deal with this webbed entity for the souls that are contained within Ali. To gain these gems for your amulet. Is that right? So that you could defeat.
It,
This-
I believe, does not necessarily understand the purpose
Right. Okay.
of the gems or what they would do.
Right.
Did you?
Well, where do we go from here?
Well, I had not planned on disclosing this information. With
Oh,
hopes,
so you just like
With-
sold me out?
hopes that I would be able to resolve this issue, as I know it was a mistake. But it is now threatening to come for us.
Right. And you have essentially led it to us.
Sounds more of an invitation than anything else.
Yeah.
Question: were you able to ascertain why it was after Ali?
Because I'm a soul buffet, apparently.
Yes, very yummy. Take it.
I
It said both souls, not
And,
read
one.
There's
Souls.
3? Is that including me?
correct. I believe so. I don't.
Oh, do you have 3?
Apparently.
That's very. You also mentioned Charpot.
Yes, when he was changed again from my idiocy.
That's what led you to
That's
that
what
choice.
led to this. I was trying to fix one problem, and I created worse problems.
Right. And you didn't know how to ask for help.
I didn't think I needed it at the time. I think I could simply trick this being, or once it knew of these gems, I thought maybe I could overpower the entity with some time.
Okay.
I'm gonna grapple him.
Cool. Contested strength checks, please. Acrobatics, I believe.
I'm gonna activate my astral arms.
Boys, this is useless.
I'll grow big.
You just grab him in one hand.
I rolled a natural 20, but I'm pretty sure you're still gonna beat me.
Yeah, 23.
Yeah, I got
No, 33.
Yeah, I got a 19. I'm not resisting either. I'm letting him do it.
Right. So moving forward, I guess.
I am willing to lead this thing away from the ship.
I
Are you willing
mean,
to be disciplined.
and how do you suggest you do that? Travel off by yourself with the eggs?
I am hoping they are what is leading it here. It is either that or its connection with Charhawk. It will happen to know where we are.
I honestly, I don't see the point in sending you off or Charpok off by yourself. If it's going to come for us, it's going to come for us. There's nothing that we can really do about that. I think you should stay with us and we should face this threat together. However, this betrayal is not going to be taken lightly. I think everyone here is very upset with how you've put the party, wow, this group in jeopardy.
This amulet is my most valuable possession. I wish for one of you to take it in my stead. I'm gonna make like an eye chart roll.
So your mind is made up that you are going to head off by yourself.
No, not necessarily. I am happy to stand by. But should something happen, should that opportunity be favorable to dispose of me, retrieving the gems from this artifact may be more useful for the greater good than for my idiocy.
But in all of this, we are stronger as a team.
Yes. But lust for power can lead even immortal beings from their path. How can I expect to return to the leader of a religion after this?
Maybe
Oh,
by keeping the trust of your friends and members of groups that follow you would be a good place to start.
bye.
Well, he's obviously clearly admitted he's done wrong, but to be truthful, it was an information gathering sort of poor decisions on your part. Anyway, can I have a look at those eggs?
I would not touch them. I would stand as far as possible from them.
Okay. Can I have a look at those eggs?
You can definitely make a perception check, yeah.
Investigation?
Sure. No, investigation requires like you would have to pick it up and look at it.
I'll do
So if you wanna pick
perception
it
and then
up-
I'll decide if I want to pick them up.
Okay.
Just got right back.
That
She's
is
going against
fuck
those
me.
spiders.
um, that is a 15.
Cool. They look like a naturally formed spider sac. They are silvery white in color. They are made of multiple strands, like probably strands in the thousands, all wrapped up in a small like egg kind of shaped cylinder capsule kind of looking thing.
John, you've been touching these, correct?
I have tried to dispose of them. I have tried to break them. Every morning they reappear. It started with one. They are multiplying.
Okay. Can I... in your alchemy set, do you have like a spoon or a set of pliers?
Yes, I would believe so.
Could I borrow it?
It's in. Actually, the alchemy station is out the back. I'm a little, and like as I was holding me, I'm a little restrained.
Azos, do you mind if he runs gets that so I can figure out what these
You
eggs
know
are?
where it is. It was where you identified the syringe.
Grab it.
I'm gonna let him go slowly, and I'm just gonna get real close, do that like prop you up so you're standing up straight, and put a lot of pressure on your shoulder, and just say, all of these people are being very calm and understanding, which is very nice. But if anything happens to her, I'll eat your heart in front of every one of your followers.
Understand?
Good man. I'll tap him on the shoulder and walk away.
I'm gonna follow Azov.
I'm going to use the pliers to investigate. I'm going to use lucky on that. 20,
Um,
30.
I mean, in all intents and purposes, it is, and Spider's egg sac. You
Okay.
even looking it over, you can't determine anything extra about it.
I place my finger on it.
As you touch
Before
it,
she's going to touch it, I'm going to scream at her and say, "Don't touch it."
you still touch it. You just said you touched it.
Touch.
As you touch it, the silken mass of strands begin to just completely unravel in your direction, covering you head to toe in spider webs. You guys watch as multiple, I'm talking hundreds of spiders apparate from this silken sack. And Vi is no longer there. You guys are alone on the deck with hundreds of
Didn't make a full
spiders.
session.
Oh no! No, please.
The spiders all seem to scatter.
Oh, burn the spiders.
Cool. One by one, you crush these spiders, burn the spiders, whatever. But yeah, and they all scatter from the deck around where this had just taken place.
I have to get an exterminator now.
Yeah, you get pest control in this place.
I was so careful. I did everything carefully first.
And then you touched it.
Well, you said it was apparently normal, so I was like, oh,
I said, from all you can tell, it looks like a spider sack.
Am I non-existent anymore, or am I transported somewhere?
I will give you what you see at some stage in the next week.
Fuck.
Yeah.
All right.
Good to have you back, Nat. And a really good guest episode.
Oh, jeez. I'm sure if Reese was here, blame Reese. If he was here, I'm sure this wouldn't have happened.
Yeah.
Well, in my defense, I know nothing about this web entity apart from what you guys have briefly told me.
When you just said that they were there to claim us.
I feel like there was enough information to surmise you probably shouldn't touch it.
Oh, yes, but I did deductive reasoning and then was like, well, John could touch it. I just touched it a little bit. I thought it was just going to explode and like I'd get a little bit of damage.
It's that or intrusive thoughts, which I understand. Just touch the spider egg.
It's the same thing that led Zill to put the helmet on.
Put the helmet on, yeah.
Well, maybe Vi didn't fix all of her brain damage.
Out of all
Okay.
characters, dude, that's so funny.
Well, I'm good at time and space. Let's hope that works for me. Okay.
I feel like that's a fantastic place to end the session, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To keep going.
So I'll give this last little bit. As you guys are making this journey, in the boundless expanse of the Astral Sea, where reality blurs and nightmares take form, as you guys pull up, you guys encounter a ghastly sight. Drifting ominously like a nightmarish mirage suspended in the silvery void is a monstrous amalgamation of ships bound together by intricate silvery webs. Let me give you a visual.
Mother's myriad.
Maybe I'm not so far.
The grotesque flotilla is unlike anything you've ever seen. A terrifying testament to the spider-like entity's dominion over this section of the Astral Sea. The ships, once vessels of distant worlds, are now ensnared and fused into an eerie conglomeration, their masts and hulls swallowed by the sticky embrace of the arachnid silk. As you approach this grotesque entity, you notice that the silvery threads stretch into this inky abyss, connecting to other realms and dimensions. Like sinister tendrils seeking to draw everything into the Spider Queen's web of consumption. The air is charged with an otherworldly tension as though the very fabric of existence itself is fraying at the edges. This celestial aberration is a stark reminder that even in the ethereal world, the Spider Queen's hunger knows no bounds. With every shipwrecked soul and silvery stitch, this floating nest stands as a grotesque sentinel, guarding her dominion in the heart of the Astral Sea.
Well
And
written.
that is where we're going to end tonight's session, with the party pulling up to this big
Disgusting.
mass.
Disgusting. Get the
gonna
raid.
say-
I'm gonna get an industrial sized can of raid. Morty.
I was going to add, Charpok believed that we were all going to come to this place eventually.
Oh well.
It is unfortunate, the circumstances that I led us here.
It also, I would like to point out that Zill, you get the little ping, as if the ship is telling you
I knew it.
you
I
have
knew it as
arrived at
well.
your destination.
I knew it as well. As soon as you're like, it's north, I was like, is it here? You're like, no. Is it here? No. Is it here? No. And I was like, it's gonna be on that fucking web thing. Whatever. Well, we gotta go in to get this shit. So
Can't go over it.
yeah,
Got to go
Can't
through
under
it.
I'm going to fly this ship straight into the middle of it. Fuck it, why not?
And then drag, and then hopefully go out the other side, attached with web, and then drag it into the sun.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull it into the Aylmore sun.
Cool. Yeah, we are going to end the night here. Welcome back, Vi, but also goodbye, Vi. We'll work out something. But yeah, if you haven't already, please also check us out on YouTube, on Discord, and on Instagram. Give us a like, give us a follow, give us a heart. That'd be very much appreciated. Thank you again to our two sponsors, Stabby Joe & Co. and W.GG. And yeah, we will see you next week for our one shot, our level 21 shot, and then Astral Sea on the Friday. And I think it's also Tuesday too next week.
It is
right?
Tuesday.
It's Tuesday
3
as
streams
well.
next week. God, we're
3
spoiling you
D&D
guys.
streams.
Spoiling you
DN 3
guys.
streams.
No, don't do
DN
that.
3, DN 2 streams. There you go.
Yeah, so without further ado, goodbye. And thank you all for coming.
Bye bye.
Bye.